Hey, Steph.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of Bariatric Banter podcast.
Love it.
Yeah, episode I don't
I don't
remember.
know. Episode, I have no idea.
I love that I originally tried to be like, this is the number we're on every
No.
time we did it.
We're
And now it's like, I
like
can't.
I don't know, over 50, under 60, maybe?
Yeah, yeah,
Somewhere around there?
that
Yeah.
sounds about right.
Perfect.
Sounds
Perfect.
about right. Yeah, I would say that sounds about right. Why
We'll have
not?
to count so that we can at least celebrate when we hit 100.
Yeah, I do feel like we need to celebrate when we hit 100 episodes, but I feel like we will know when we hit 100 episodes
Yeah.
and that, like, I think our streaming site will probably tell us when we've hit 100 episodes,
We
so
got a bit of time still. We're fine.
we've got time. We are in no rush, but we are
No.
back. I think we are both exhausted. I think
So tired. You might be able to tell today. We might be a little bit like, "Mwah."
yeah,
Yeah,
because
tired.
we've both been very busy. I think it's made us both kind of feel like bad bariatric patients because
Oh,
we
hands
haven't
down.
been we haven't been following maybe not
Eh,
like follow it's not that we're not following the rules, it's just that we've been very stressed, busy, and,
yeah,
yeah.
made choice, but I just said to Hannah, I'm like, I was not a good bariatric patient this weekend. We went to a concert, we went out of town, we stayed overnight without the kids, and we had fun, and I definitely was not a good bariatric patient. I did come somewhat prepared and packed some things for the hotel and whatever, but you know what? I just let loose and I had fun, and it's fine. It's one weekend, it is what it is. I didn't
Yeah,
feel like I was a little bloated this morning stuff, but, like, did I feel bad when I put my pants on? No, I felt fine. Yeah, I'm a little sluggish, I'm a little tired, but you know what? I had a good weekend. Get over it, move on. It's
exactly,
fine.
exactly. I've
Yeah.
maybe been drinking more caffeine than I need to. I
Oh, man.
maybe, I in New
Yeah.
York, I think I was a bad bariatric patient because I wasn't eating enough in New York, and that
Yes.
definitely caught up with me a
Yep.
lot, and, like, people described it as like, "Boy, you're really hangry," and I was like, "Oh,
Mhm.
yeah."
Mhm.
I feel like I have less patience than before when I'm
Oh,
that
yeah.
hungry. Like, I,
And it hits
because
fast.
yeah,
The
because it's
hangry hits
definitely
fast, yeah.
it's not even just that you're hungry, it's that, like, your whole body
You're
is not
ravenous.
functioning. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Like,
used to
I
get
was
hangry
just
before surgery, but, like, it would take like, you're like, "Oh, I'm a little bit hungry. Okay, I'm a bit hungry." And then it would, like, kind of creep up on you. Now I find you're just like, from 0 to hangry.
yeah.
Yeah.
0 to hangry is a great way to describe it. Yeah, and it's that thing where, like, it's not like you're hungry. Like, you eventually hit a point where you are like, "I'm hungry," but for me, it's more you just don't realize maybe that you're not having enough, and
Yeah.
then you go from, "I'm totally fine," chatting with everyone, to
T
all of a
I'm
sudden,
gonna
like,
rip your head off.
I'm just like, I'm near death. Like, I'm
Yeah.
freezing cold. I
Yep.
can feel my body just kind of shutting down. I am cranky. I'm exhausted. I can't keep my eye. Like, it
Yeah.
feels like you go from normal to hungover like in an instant. And
Yep.
at that point, you're so tired that you're not hungry anymore. You're kind of like, no, I'm exhausted. I just want to go to bed. Like, this is
Yeah.
crap. And you forget like how great you feel if you truly were like pumping yourself full of
Mhm.
protein and
Mhm.
eating. So I was a very bad bariatric patient because
Yep.
I was not fueling myself the proper way. And like I started breakfast really well and then just got so overloaded with work that it would like massive chunks of
It
time
took
would
a
go
back
by.
seat. Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, to be fair, it's not like anybody else was doing like, everybody else was doing it, and then they'd go just get coffee and stuff, or I think
Yeah.
I told you, but this will be interesting for the podcast, is we would order a lot for lunch, and they were always like, "Yeah, let's do sweet greens," which I've heard mentioned a few times, or, "Let's do
Mhm.
kava," and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I've heard of these places." I used to be jealous that, like, they have health food bowl,
Yeah.
restaurants where you can get health bowls and stuff. So we opened the app to order, and I was like, "Holy
Whoa!
shit," and they were like, "What?" And I was like,
Mhm.
"This is worse than if I just got a burger from Shake Shack," and they were like, "No, it's
Right.
not," and I was like, "First of all,
Yep.
half the bowls are 900 plus calories," and they were like,
Right.
"No," and I was like, "The miso salmon
Yeah.
bowl is 980 calories."
Right?
I said, "Some of the salads are 700 plus." There were only 2 options for me, the high protein kale chicken Caesar, which I think was
Okay.
like 500, and then there
Yeah,
was the Parmesan bowl, the chicken Parmesan bowl, which was like 550. Everything else was like 750 to 900
it's
at this place.
crazy.
Salads, bowls, and like Sweet Greens is known as like
The healthy
the health
place.
food
Yeah.
place.
Uh-huh.
So I got the chicken parm because they were out of the fucking kale Caesar, and I was like,
Ugh,
it's the
which
only
sounds
one I wanted.
delicious.
And I didn't finish it. It was so much food. It's basically
Yeah,
rice and salad and all this stuff. And I was like, this is a lot. But still, I was like, I didn't wanna be that person, but people then were like, what do you mean?" And they started looking at
right?
the calories, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Hi, I'm not this fun
Surprise.
person to travel with." So then the next day, they were like, "We'll do kava." And I was like, "Cool. I've heard great things about kava. I've heard it's like a healthier Chipotle. This is
Yeah,
great." Same
same
problem.
thing.
I was
Yeah,
like, "Oh, I forgot I'm in America. I completely forgot that, like, this is gonna be crazy in the calories." It would have been better for me to go to Shake Shack, which is
and just right,
insane for me to say, and just have a smash burger. I would have eaten less calories,
right.
which is a shame because I really love the concept of kava. I was really, really into this idea of, like, healthy bowls with farro, and there's gonna be somebody on the line who's like, "Well, Hannah, like, if you just personalized your bowl without blah blah." I did in the app.
It's still no,
Yep, I
it still
did in
comes
the
out.
app. I got no
Yeah,
rice in a bowl, and it was still
yeah,
ludicrous. And that's,
right?
yes, you can get sauce on the side and blah, 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 but, like, these in no way are
Still
good for you.
it's still
And
fast food.
that was the problem, was that we were all so busy that we didn't genuinely have time to go eat or do anything. And so and I'm not even kidding, some of the kava bowls are over 1,400 calories.
Yeah. It's like
So it's
remember
insane.
when McDonald's and Wendy's and everybody came out with the salads, and everybody got so excited because now they had healthy options and healthy food, and I remember same thing, people would be like, yeah, I went to McDonald's, but it's fine, I had the salad." And
Yeah.
then you same thing, you'd be like, "You should have just had a cheeseburger, or you
Yeah,
should have
it
had a
would have been
whatever
better
a
for
quarter
you.
pounder or whatever." Yeah, because it
Yeah.
actually is less calories and more protein than the salads, but people automatically hear the word salad or protein bowl or whatever the fancy verbiage is, and you
Correct.
automatically think it's healthy, but 90% of the time, just get yourself the burger, hit your craving, call it a day
Oh, yeah.
because the salad's gonna put you over the edge.
It
Yeah,
was
it's just
so
so deceiving.
it's deceiving, but, like, also at that point, we had been working for, like, 6 hours, I was hungry, and
You're like,
that's
"I
all we
don't
were
care."
doing, and
Yeah,
I realized, like, I've said it before, work travel is not fun travel. People think like, "Oh my god, you're so lucky you went to New York." I went to New York to work the entire weekend, like, I
yeah,
was working, and so I realized very quickly, like, I had super underprepared, and it's not like me to be this unprepared, but I was going into this exhausted and tired and
yeah.
stressed out, and it's, like, February, nobody in Canada's doing well in February, we're
No,
tired, the weather sucks,
we're all
so
over it.
I did not maybe prepare as well as I could have, and I realized, like, okay, anytime I go travel for work, I'm gonna need to have a ton of food with me, like a ton of snacks, a ton of things,
Yeah,
because it is gonna be a lot of, like, ordering, and then I think genuinely I need to just bow out of group orders and be like, "Oh, I love that that's what we're doing. I'm gonna go get my own. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna go order my own food. Thank you so much." Because
yeah,
it genuinely takes me an hour to find something I can eat.
yeah. Yep, and
Yeah.
then that way, you know, you're getting what you want and you're still looking after yourself. But I think yeah, and, like, I mean, it happens, right? Like, life gets busy, work like I said, work's crazy, stress is crazy, you get caught up in everything, so
Yep.
as much as sometimes we try to be prepared, real life happens and shit happens.
Yep.
Um, but then like we've talked about, right? It's about number 1, just owning it, not getting all worked up about it, being like, "Yep, okay, shit happens, that's cool, it is what it is. I'm gonna move on, I'm gonna do better from now on, and now I know for next time what to expect and how I can do
Ding,
it
ding, ding.
better next time." And, like, even, like, for work travel, if you have some extra time then, like, go to the local grocery store and get yourself stuff. I try to do this when I travel for work, but again, it doesn't always work. Schedules can be crazy. Go to the store and, like, get yourself some stuff and stock it in your hotel room so that you
Yep.
know you have go-to options or you can eat before you like, but it's yeah, I mean, we try our best. We do our best. For this like, same thing, like, for this weekend, we ended up leaving at a different time I thought we were gonna leave. We had to get the kids dropped off. We
Yep.
had to make a stop that I didn't know we were making on the way because Devin had
Oh.
to buy another drum set. That's a whole 'nother that's that's a whole 'nother conversation. And so, yeah, like, my plans got thrown, and then as we got partway down the road, I realized, well, I left this in the fridge, I left this on the counter, I didn't grab this, I forgot my protein shake to make a protein coffee in the morning. It is what it is, like, it's life. It
Yep.
happens.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
I
yeah,
get
oh,
it.
so many of that things are those things are so deceiving with like, yeah, just get the salad or get the protein bowl or get the whatever. But if you don't look, you think you're doing something great. Meanwhile, you've just blown your calories out of the water for the
Yeah.
today and tomorrow because you thought you were doing something good.
Yeah, and, like,
Yeah,
it's gonna happen, and I agree,
of
but, like,
course.
you can call ahead and get mini fridges in your room, and you can do but, like,
Mhm.
there's just gonna be days where, like, you are just
It
off
just doesn't
off
work.
track, and, like,
Yeah.
I think now I would describe it as, like, a food hangover where I know I'm gonna pay
Yes.
the price, and the moment it might feel fine, and then there's other like, I think there's gonna be instances too where people are like, "Whatever, just have it, just do it." I'm like, "Yes, we're not saying we can't, but we're saying, like,
Right.
how we react to that now is not the same." And it's fine
Yes.
if you think differently if like, well, you can eat what you want and you feel really good, whatever, it's one moment, but like, no, for me, it does catch up with me. I'm
Yep.
slower, I'm more sluggish, I don't
Yep.
feel as good. And that's just my personal preference. But like even the pressure to drink was much higher. So like we went out to drink
Mhm.
all the time and I was like, no, I'm good. Like I don't drink. And they were like, what? And I
Yeah.
was like, no, I don't drink. Like I'm gonna hang out and I'll have a non-alcoholic cocktail and like we'll be
Yep.
fine, but like I don't. So I was like, "Oh, yeah, we have to navigate this for the 900th time," which, like, that's fine. You guys do what you
Yeah.
wanna do, like, but I'm not
It's
partaking
just
in
another
that.
thing.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
yeah, it was interesting. There was some good food while I was there, like, I did try a
Yes.
bagel place, but what we did was we bought
Mm.
a bunch of breakfast sandwiches, and then we like, cause they cut them in half, obviously, we just put them all in a like, a box in the middle of the table and said, "Take
No.
whatever halves you want," so that
You want
people could
yeah.
try different ones, and I was like, "This is
Nice.
great for me because I can have a half. I probably can't eat more than that," and, like, getting a half in, I forgot that their bagels are super thick, and so I
Oh,
was like,
they're
"This is a lot."
so good though.
But they
Oh
made
my
them with
gosh.
turkey sausage, and I was so shocked
Nice.
that this, like it's called black seed bagel, and they had, like, the best smoked salmon because we just got a big tray of that, and I just ate some smoked salmon,
Amazing.
but their sausage and egg sandwich was turkey sausage, and I was like, "Oh my
Oh,
god, this is amazing. Like, this is so good for me. I'm so happy I can have
good.
this." So
Right?
those were good. I went to, like, a ton of Japanese restaurants, like, those are always great because it's just meat. Like, it's meat,
Mhm.
meat, 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 meat.
Yeah.
It's I had sea
So
urchin,
protein heavy.
I
Nice.
had duck, I had sea urchin, we had some shrimp, we had like, it was so easy to eat that. It was
Yep.
kind of everything else that became a bit of a challenge, and then the other hard thing is, like, when you're packing food and everyone's eating chicken wings and pizza, and you've let it go too
Yep.
far and you're in hangry mode, you definitely become a toddler where you're like, "I don't wanna fucking eat this. I don't want this apple
Right?
and I don't want this protein
Yeah.
bar, like, I don't want
Yep.
this. I want something because you haven't eaten enough, and
Yep.
so you're kinda throwing a fit. So
Yep.
that I became aware of, and then I think the other thing is, like, the drinking. I
Yep.
am not drinking enough electrolytes, I'm not drinking enough water. I was drinking a lot of coffee because the coffee was great in New York. It was so
Mhm.
good. But even now and leading into the trip, I was like, "I am probably dehydrated all
Oh
the
yeah.
time, and I
Yep.
am struggling to get on top of my water, and I have
It's
no
so
idea
hard.
why." But I packed
It's
electrolytes, and I was like, "Hey, you're gonna" nope. You
nope,
sit
didn't do
down,
it.
you start working, you get really into the zone, and the last thing you do is get up and make yourself a protein drink or an
Right.
electrolyte water. So, it was very I knew better, and I was such a toddler this trip. Like, so and I
A
like,
toddler.
I'm going on another road trip 2 weeks in
Mm.
June, and
Yeah.
I'm already telling myself, "You are going to prepare more for this
You're
road trip than you did last year. There will be none of this sitting in the car for 8 hours and not stopping. I don't
no,
care if
that's
the
not okay.
passenger I don't care that my guest isn't wanting to
Too
eat or
bad.
isn't gonna stop to eat, you will
Too
be."
bad.
And it
Yep.
won't be fast food, it will be find a restaurant, pull the fuck over, we're eating for 30 minutes.
Take a
And
break.
I
Yep.
need to get over this. If they're not eating, I'm not eating, or if they're
Nope.
eating from Cava, then I'll order from like, fuck off. Like,
You
you're gonna
do
do
what
your
you
own
gotta do.
thing, and if
Yep.
they wanna fit into that, great. If they wanna go do their own thing, great. If they don't
Good
wanna
for
eat,
them.
that's their choice, but you
Yep.
need to do this. I think it's a former fat person thing where I just feel like I shouldn't talk about food, I shouldn't advocate for food, I shouldn't
Yeah.
make food the center of attention, but then, no, you're a
Yeah.
bariatric patient. You need to be eating every 2 hours, not big
Yeah.
meals, but, like, you need to be saying, "I have to go have a
Consistent.
protein." Yeah, like, "Hey,
Yeah.
guys, this coffee shop has no food, I need to get some protein, so
Yep.
I'm either gonna walk around the block to get some, or I'm gonna order food for me, but, like, I need protein."
Yeah.
If I
Yep.
was diabetic, they would expect me to be saying, I have to stop for my blood sugar." So why as
Right.
bariatric patients do we not stop what we're doing to eat?
No, it's true. That happened this weekend too, because Devin and I went, like, we dropped the kids off. We left here. I had I had coffee. I didn't even have any I don't think I even had anything else. No, I didn't because I knew we were going to this bakery and they just started selling protein lattes at the bakery. And I really wanted to try one. And they used Fairlife and it just sounded good. And it was 30 grams of protein for 140 calories. So I was like, okay, we're going to the bakery anyway. I'm going to have my coffee now. We're going to jump on the road. I'm going to do my protein coffee. So I had that. Then we dropped the kids off at my parents and then hit the road. And we were so pushy to get on the road that we didn't really have
Mhm.
lunch. And so as we were getting into London to go to the concert, I was like, I'm starving. Like I'm getting hangry. Same thing. My head is starting to hurt.
Yep.
I need to eat something. And so we got to London and we were talking to the friends of ours that we were gonna meet up with, and they were gonna bring us we're gonna have an early dinner because it was an early concert and whatever.
Okay.
So they said, "Okay, we'll meet you at" it's now like 1:00, 1:30, and they're like, "Okay, we'll meet you at 3 and we'll pick up" they got Thai food, "We'll pick up food and we'll come meet you." And we're like, "Okay, cool." I said to Devin, like, "I need to eat something." And he's like, "Well, we're having, like, early dinner soon." I'm like, "I get that, but I haven't eaten since 10 o'clock. I need something." And I said to him, "It's fine because by the time we meet up with them and we have dinner, it's gonna be 2-ish, 2.5 hours from now. I'm gonna be hungry again anyway." So same thing, like, I made him go and stop somewhere so I could get something to eat, and he's like, "Well, I'm not getting anything." And I was like, "That's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
I have to get something or
Yes.
this is not gonna be good." So we did. So we went and we got some food. I ate. He didn't. That's totally fine. And then we went on, ran the rest of our errands, felt better, and then 2 hours later, we had dinner. Like, it's fine, but normally, same thing, I would've been like, "Oh, well, don't worry about it then. Don't let's not go out of the way. It's fine. I'll just wait." But I was like, I need to eat. I don't care." But
Yes.
before, it's same thing, like, I would've been so self-conscious about
Saying
being
that.
being hungry or being the only one eating or feeling like I
Yes.
needed food because the judgment around it
Yes.
is horrible.
Oh,
So it
yeah.
is a huge, like, shift to be able to
'Cause,
advocate
like,
for yourself and be like, "No, I need food."
if the
Like
skinny people aren't eating, then I shouldn't be eating. If the skinny people
Right.
aren't hungry, then I shouldn't be hungry. And it
Mhm.
happened today. We were
Yep.
out and it was
Yep.
like, I don't know, 12. Like we'd been out since 9:30 shopping. And I was like,
Yep.
oh my God, I'm feeling like I can feel the drain. I can
Yes.
feel that I'm
It's
hungry.
kicking in.
And the first thought in my head was like, you shouldn't be hungry. You had breakfast and you had toast with breakfast. I shit you not. That was the voice in my head that was like,
Uh-huh.
you had two
Suck it up, you're
scrambled
fine.
eggs and a piece of toast for breakfast, you should not be hungry right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Right.
yes, I am hungry. It's noon. This is a
Yeah.
normal time to eat. And
You feel bad for being hungry,
I had two scrambled eggs and a small piece of toast.
which is
Are you
nothing.
fucked? And I had that at
There's
8.
like
So I was like, no,
right.
you need to get over this right now. Like, yes, you're hungry. You need to go have, like, you should have packed a protein bar in your bag, something to have a little snack on the
Yeah.
road so that you're not, because, like, we don't go from to not eating to, "Ugh, I'm s gonna eat everything." We go from, "I ate" to, "I'm fading." And, like,
Yeah.
I know I wanna call it, like, the bariatric sink because I can feel my whole body it's like
Mhm.
you are walking and then all of a sudden you hit slow-mo. Like, you can feel it from your
Yeah.
brain to your toes. You just get slammed with the bariatric wave
I
of,
start to shake. I get the
"Oh, I
shakes
didn't
now, which
eat."
I never had.
I get
Yeah.
dizzy, I get
I get
spacey, I
dizzy
get
too.
very
Yep.
slow, and then I become a bitch. Like, I'm just
Yep.
not interested in listening. People will talk and I'll go, "Yeah, mhm, yeah, yeah,
All you hear is like
yeah,
"mwah,
yeah,
mwah, mwah,
yeah."
mwah, mwah,
Right?
mwah."
And it's you
Yep.
they can tell you're so uninterested in listening to them, and it's
Yeah.
like, I am because I'm starving
Right, it's
and
not
my
on
body is
purpose.
shutting down. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then it's like, "Oh, why do I need to have a nap at 3 in the afternoon?" Right, because even
Right,
if I
'cause I
did
didn't
put
eat.
food in my body and that's I think the other thing we need to remember is we can never catch up, and they did tell us
Yeah.
this when we came out of
Yep.
surgery. When before surgery, when you go long periods without eating, you will then binge and likely overeat calories, but you will fill
Yeah.
your body till everything is at the top. You will never be able to eat enough because of how big our stomachs are to catch up.
Yes.
So if
No.
you're behind on protein, you're
You're
behind on
behind.
protein. And then you wake up the next day behind and the next day behind.
Yep.
Like you
It's the
put
same with water,
yourself
like, we can't chug
yeah.
to catch up. If you get behind
No.
on normally, normally, if you're a what we call a normal person,
Yep.
if you all of a sudden are like, "Oh my gosh, I have only had 1 glass of water today, it's now 3 o'clock," you can go chug a huge thing of water and catch yourself up. We can't
Yeah.
do that
We
because we
can't.
can't chug water. So,
No.
once you're behind, it is very difficult to catch up on anything because we just can't
Very.
physically stuff ourselves, we can't chug water, we can't
Nope.
get that catch up like you used to, and then you
Yeah.
pay for it and, yeah, feeling like crap. I get dizzy. Like, when we were driving, I said to him, I'm like, "I'm getting I'm getting the shakes." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "I need to eat, like, I'm shaking, I'm tired." I get, yeah, like, dizzy, blurry kind of,
Oh
and it's
yeah.
just all you can think about is, "I need something, I need something, I need something, I need something."
Yeah.
Um,
And
yeah,
like you're just gonna put whatever you can in your body at that moment because you have no
yeah.
choice. But it's yeah, there's this weird like I think I'm realizing it more. Maybe I was more like upfront with it in the early years for me, but like it is this weird I feel like I shouldn't bring it up. Like I feel like I
No,
shouldn't be
totally.
talking about
I
needing
feel
to
so
eat. I
awkward and,
feel
like, judged. I feel like I'm
yes.
gonna be judged.
Well, I
Yeah,
feel like people are gonna be like, "How the fuck do you need to eat again?" And it's like,
yeah,
"Yeah, you're right." And it's
right?
like, "No, they're not right though."
No.
Like you need
And
to
I
and
feel
like
like
it's
people are watching me. I feel like when I eat when other people like, if it's like let's like yesterday or whatever, if it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm eating, I feel like people are watching me being like, "Didn't she just have lunch?"
yeah,
But I'm like, and
didn't you just
it's yeah,
eat?
it's all the old things, like those old habits and those old thoughts and those old
Yep,
paranoias that come back, and I
creeping
still
in.
think of myself as being the fat person eating the snack
Yep.
and having people look at me and judge me, even though, like, that's not the case, and I'm sitting there with my Baby Bell and or my whatever,
Yeah, right?
and I feel so like, "Should I be doing this? I should be doing this. Oh my god, people are gonna look at me. What are they gonna think?" Like,
Yes!
yeah, and you
They're
can't
gonna
turn it
be, "Why
off.
am I eating?" And, "Oh my god." Or it's like even like,
Yeah.
okay, we all went to the coffee shop and like I do get my decaf coffee or I'll get a half calf. Like I really try
Yep.
to be good
Yep.
with the caffeine and I get sugar-free syrup, but if there's sugar-free, I'll try it.
Yeah.
But then we were at, like, great coffee shops and they had cute scones, and I said, "Oh my god,
I
I would
love
absolutely
scones.
love this, like, mixed berry scone." But then in the
Yeah.
back of my mind, I'm like, "Everyone around you is judging the shit out of you right now because you
Right?
are a bariatric patient. You should not be eating this."
But
And
they're
they're all gonna be
not.
saying, "I thought she was a bariatric patient.
Right?
Why is she eating junk food?" And it's like,
Right.
"Fuck." Like,
But guaranteed not one person is thinking that.
no, probably not.
No, it's
They're
just
probably
you.
just like, "Cool, it's a scone." Because in any
Right.
normal circumstance, a person grabbing a scone, you
Is
never go,
nothing.
"They
Oh,
shouldn't
they're
be
eating a
having that."
scone.
It's
No.
like, "Okay,
No.
cool, a scone."
It's a
But
normal thing.
it's so I am realizing that I am in this really, really bad funk where
Yep.
I am not wanting to talk about eating or talking about food or but like, okay, if nobody else is talking about it, then I shouldn't be talking about it. And
Right.
then the
Yep.
other flip side to this problem is how do I describe this? Bad influence, is that a way to describe it? Hanging out with people that are encouraging you to eat the wrong way, that are
Mhm.
not furthering your journey necessarily, but are like, "Oh, I'm hungry too. Oh, yeah, okay. You know what? Why don't we just grab something because we're out and we should go get something from here and like it would just be it's fine." And then it's like, "Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm putting myself in the path of people that are going to let me make bad decisions but feel good about
Yep.
it." And
Right.
that's not right because I started to
Yep.
look at, okay, the weather's warm, I'm getting outside again, I'm getting everything kinda back on track because the winter's
Yep.
been rough for
Yep.
eating
Ugh.
and all that jazz.
Yep.
What are changes that I need to make that have set in over Christmas? Big one being reset the sugar, got a little out of
Mhm.
hand, and then I
Mhm.
went, "Ooh, you've eaten out way more in the last 3 months than you have in a while.
Yep.
What's happening?" Now, yes, super cold winter,
Yep.
and nobody wanted to go out and do but I started looking at, like, every single time it was with the certain same 3 people, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Okay." I
Yeah.
know that these people consistently don't make their own food, consistently order out, make excuses that, like, "But it's healthy food, it's totally fine,"
Right.
or always wanna meet me at a restaurant. "Hey, do you wanna go out for
Do I
lunch?
mean
Hey, do you wanna go
Mhm.
here?" Or if we hang out, it's, "Let's walk to a place," and it's like, "Oh, you have to cut this shit out." You're
Yeah.
I know we preach that you don't cut anything out, but what I mean is, like, you, Hannah, do not have the luxury to do this anymore. And it
Right.
might seem unfair, and I get that, but you know that your
Yep.
body cannot do this and sustain the weight loss. So you
Yeah.
need to cut the shit.
And there's a difference between cutting things in terms of, like, cutting foods, cutting
Mhm.
habits. Cutting habits is, I would say, different than cutting food, which is like, yeah, like I say, I really don't wanna get into, like, the good food, bad food mentality. I don't wanna get into, like, "Oh, I can't have that because it's bad" mentality, so I don't wanna say I'm fully cutting
Exactly.
this out of my diet, but cutting habits is
Exactly.
different, is
It's
different.
different because 'cause I'm not saying
Yeah.
you can't go home and make your protein nachos, you can't
Yeah.
have a chicken salad wrap somewhere, you can't make your own scones. You have to cut the easy, convenient shit because nothing you buy
Yeah.
outside is healthy, and I'm not trying to criticize restaurants, but it just isn't. There's a reason salads at most leading
No.
restaurants are worse than half the shit on the menu.
You can't control it.
No. So and I know that that's
Yeah.
becoming a problem where it's like, "But I'm not eating the whole thing." Cool, but it's still more calories than you're thinking. Well, it's just a sandwich. Okay, again,
Mhm.
cool, but you're not controlling what's in the sandwich. Like, you don't
Right.
need to be doing this. And then because I'm noticing like I'm suffering from normal person-itis. So a great example was I was out with a friend, we were shopping, blah, blah, blah. "Why don't we just get a sub?" And I was like, "Oh, actually, yeah, I really just I'm craving a sandwich. Totally
Yeah.
fine. Let's just go get a sandwich." And so she goes up first and orders, and then I go up first, and I literally go, "Hi, yeah, I'm gonna take the regular," like we were at Firehouse, regular engineer. That's the turkey with the mushroom and the blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
So what the fuck am I ordering the, like, large size sandwich for? Like, why didn't I not order the kid size or the small size? Well, because she had just
Right.
gone and ordered a regular, so I fall in right behind and get a regular, and I get a bottle of water with it, but I don't get sides with it. And then I sit at my house and I go, "Oh, maybe I'm just really hungry." No, I ended up throwing half of that in the garbage. And now I'm
Yeah.
getting cranky at myself because I'm like, "You're making bad habits." And luckily, right now, you can't finish those bad habits. But there's going to be a
Right.
day where you get to take an extra bite of that and then an extra and then like,
It adds
stop
up.
this. Stop this right now. Why? And like the number one rule of bariatric surgery was there's no grazing. So you sit to
Yeah.
eat a meal, you finish that meal in 30 minutes, and whatever's not
And you're
eaten is
done.
done. It goes
Yeah.
away, it's done. And I was like, this is dangerous for you to be ordering a regular sized, basically let's call it a foot long, eating half and then just keeping the other half lying around. You do not need to be eating a like 900 calorie sub. You
Yeah.
just don't.
No.
Now,
'Cause
I
that's
still
just
think
it.
it's
If you do, if you don't throw it away, you will continue to peg that
yes.
because you're gonna be full, but the full sensation goes away, and you're not gonna be
Mhm.
hungry, but you're still gonna be having that food in front of you, and you're gonna think, "Well, I'm not
Mhm.
full, so I can have some." Yeah, but you're not hungry
Yep.
either. But just because it's there, you're going to, out of habit and just out of nature, you're going to slowly eat it, and before you know it, that whole sub is gone,
Well, and it's
and now
you
you're
probably
still gonna
haven't
have your
eaten.
next meal.
Yep. Well, because you haven't eaten all day. You guys got up, you went
Right.
shopping. All of a
Yep.
sudden it's noon and your body is saying, "I'm so fucking
I need
hungry, get the big
food.
one. I'm so
Yeah.
hungry, get the big one." And then it's
It
like, "Well,
yeah,
you're not eating the big one yet." I
yeah,
worry that there will come a time that
yep,
you're going to be able to eat a little bit more and a little bit more. And again, I'm
right.
not saying that I starve myself and I'm not saying subs are bad. Notice I never once in this said that subs are bad.
Yeah,
But I'm surrounding myself with people and they're not doing it on purpose but
Mhm.
that are really enabling me to make bad decisions and kinda go, "Well,
Yeah.
they're skinny and they're doing this, and so it
Yeah.
must be fine." And it's like, first of
Right.
all, you don't know what they eat like on a daily basis, and you don't
Mhm.
know how they're skinnier than you, and there's no world that you know if someone eats something that you can eat it and you'll look exactly like them.
Right. Right, and like you
Stop.
said, it's not that the, sub is bad, it's that you were not then making good choices around that sub. So
Mhm.
like you said, you're picking the big one instead of the smaller one. Maybe you're picking the full bread instead of the wrap or the thinner option, or you're
Yep.
picking the one that has way more stuff on it and the more cheesy one. Like, you're just letting all of those choices that should have been the responsible choices go out the
Go
window.
out the window. Yep.
Yeah.
So, I like, the bad habits are bad habiting, but I'm glad that I'm calling them out and recognizing them
Totally.
because,
That's
like,
super important.
I'm
Yeah.
finally like, "Okay, I am no longer content to let this slide.
Mhm.
This is no
Yep.
longer something that I'm gonna be like, 'Yeah, totally fine with this,' like, absolutely not fine with this."
Yeah.
Um, but yes, I know I've been hanging out and, like, again, it's not on them, but
Right.
I'm hanging out with people that are fine with eating out, that don't care that I'm a bariatric patient, that are put like, I hang out with
Yeah.
bariatric people as well that encourage you to eat out or wanna go to restaurants all the time, and, like, it's
Yep.
just what do they say? Like, misery loves company, like, you're gonna find
Exactly.
people that let you do your bad habits. You need to find people that maybe hold you a bit more accountable, and I don't mean judge you, I
Agreed.
don't mean say, that's what you're gonna order?
Yep.
But maybe say, like, "You know what? I think we've gone out a lot to restaurants. Why
Mhm.
don't we go for a walk and then come back to my house and we could make something?"
Right.
Like,
Totally.
try to switch it up a little bit. Like, why don't we go make something? Or why don't we buy some groceries and make a meal? Or, when I walk with
Yes.
my friend Erin, we never eat. Like, Erin and I just go for a walk. Like,
Yeah.
every Sunday, we'll just say, "Hey, let's get the dogs together. Let's go for a nice big walk." Sometimes
Yep.
we go to Michael's after, but like, her and I do sushi, I'd say maybe once a month if we're lucky. And
Yep.
that's something that we like to do, and that's it. But whenever we hang out, we don't have to eat. Like,
Right. It
she's
doesn't
not a
have to be an
bariatric
activity
patient.
revolving around food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not a bariatric patient, she's just not revolving everything around food.
Food.
So, I
Right.
think in the nicest way, I'm gonna start letting people know, like, "Hey, I don't wanna have this around," or, "I don't wanna go out and do this," or,
Yep.
like, I've even said to my mom, like, nicely, "I don't want chocolate for Easter, like, I love you, but please don't buy me
Please
anything.
don't do it.
Don't
Yeah.
do it. I don't want it." And because I no longer trust having it around, right? I'm going to eat it. I'm gonna
Fair.
not enjoy that I've eaten it. Don't have it around. Um, and then just like, yeah, I'm going to be more prepared throughout my day. I'm tracking
Mhm.
everything again, which has been incredibly helpful to
It's
realize,
so eye-opening, eh?
whoa, like I
Yeah.
have been way under
Yeah.
eating protein, like to the point where I'm pretty sure that is why my cycle has been way off.
Yep. Yep.
Because I haven't had enough protein. And it's like, this
Makes a
would
huge
explain why things
difference.
are not working the way they should be. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
It
and
makes
I
a
think
massive difference.
going out is fine, but I think I'd like to
Yep.
advocate that, like, I would like to pick the restaurant if we go out.
For sure.
I don't wanna see the same friends over food all the time for the
Yep.
rest of the year. Like, if we go out more than once, I'm gonna be like, "Can we do anything but go out to eat?"
Something different. Yeah, you
Because
wanna be in
restaurants are just
control
not
of.
healthy.
No. And there's so many other things you can do.
Yeah.
There's so many things, so
They're
many
like, "Let's
options.
go
And then
bowling, let's
yeah.
go play laser tag, let's go to the movies," like, let's yeah.
Yeah. Or just hang out. Get a coffee,
Yeah, but there's something about
right?
food, like, it truly does make people feel
It
better and
does
feel happier
it
and
does, it
yeah.
does. And I talked about that with friends of ours too, because we get together with the same couple fairly often and, like, play games or do whatever. And we were talking about how both of us always feel, like, obligated to have food out. And
Yeah.
we usually not you well, yeah, we usually do dinner, and then we'll have munchies out after. We're like, "Why do we why?" Like, we don't need it, and then we'll all sit there and be like, "Oh my gosh, why did I eat this? Oh my gosh, why I feel so crappy. Oh my gosh, why did I do that? I didn't need that, I didn't." So, we were just laughing about how, like, why do we always feel the need that we have to put food out when we get together, that we have to have snacks out when we get together? Or not even if we have to have snacks, but that we have to have, like, copious amounts, and if
Oh,
we're gonna put
yeah.
meat and cheese out, we have to have, like, 4 different meats and 5 different cheeses. Like, So we have made a conscious effort now that when we get together, if it's dinner, then we do dinner. That's dinner. If it's not
Yes.
dinner, we're gonna do snacks, then we have to make them healthy options. So, like, we're gonna do veggies and dip with a Greek yogurt base dip. And if we're gonna do meat and cheese, we're
Oh,
not gonna do 5 different types of salamis. We're gonna do, like, 1
correct.
salami and 1 cheese and 1 cracker, and, like, just
Yes.
tone it tone it down. But, yeah,
Tone
like,
it
there's something
way
about
down.
food. Yeah, there's something about food, and we were both saying, like, we're so guilty of this because there's something about it that brings people together, that you feel the need to do it, and I said, I know for me
Yes.
part of it is cultural. I know part of it is
Oh,
cultural,
yeah.
but yeah, because, like I said to Devin, I'll joke too if he's like, "Oh, so and so is stopping over or coming by later." My immediate thought is, "Well, I don't have any food. I don't have food to put out for them." And I'm like,
Yep.
"Why do I have to put snacks out for somebody that's dropping in for 2 hours unexpectedly?" Like,
Exactly.
no, I don't think they're out and about going, "Oh, well, I hope if we stop over there, they have snacks."
Yeah, I hope they have
Like,
something to eat, and it's like,
right,
if you're hungry, eat before you come. Like,
right.
eat before you come.
Mm. Or like
But I
I'm sure
agree,
7.
like
I'm sure I can scrounge up a snack to put out if somebody comes, but
oh
I
god.
I immediately think I have to put out, like, this vast array of things, and it's crazy because realistically, no, like, no, you don't. So it's
No.
just, like, reframing things and stopping and pulling it back and being like, "Hold on a minute. Do I really
Yeah.
need this?
Let
Or is
me
this just a
dial
bad
it back.
habit that I have let creep in? And is this
Yeah.
just something that I've become accustomed to, but really is not needed?"
Yeah, and, like, I agree with you. I think that if there's a meeting thing. Now, there's a time and a place. If you're coming over for movie night,
Yes.
yes, or, like, I
Yes.
did
Or
Galentine's Day,
charcuterie
and
night or
yeah.
whatever.
But, like, and
Yeah.
sometimes I do, like, dinner nights where, like, we will go to Longo's, we'll
Yes.
buy the groceries, we'll go home, we'll cook it. Like, that's fun, though,
Exactly.
we'll get,
Yes.
usually, like, what did we make the other night? Turkey burgers with a salad,
Oh,
and,
nice.
we had the chocolate-covered strawberries because it was
Yeah.
Galentine's Day.
That's
So I was like, "That's
awesome.
cute, that's fun." So, like, there's time and places where it makes sense, but I think, like, every time people get together, every time, it's like food, 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 and it's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is becoming." And, like, I get it though, like, it really is tied to
It
people's
brings people together.
emotions, it's tied to, like, I see why people say, like, they eat their emotions, like,
Oh
eating
god, yeah.
is, like, there's the like, not even placebo effect, but, like, there is this initial rush of happiness from eating junk food or things that are, sugary
Oh,
and stuff,
yeah.
like, you feel but, like,
There's
it
an
doesn't
endorphin rush for
last.
sure.
But it
Yep.
may and, like, in the moment, you think, "Cool, this makes total sense, this is great," but it's in the moment, and then
Yeah.
it, in the long run, makes things way worse, and we've even seen and, like, we're not judging, but, like, I said to you early on, if I'm gonna be hanging out with bariatric people or I'm doing a bariatric meetup, like, it better be let's go for a walk and
Let's
let's
do
chat about
something.
bariatric surgery, like, let's do that, but I don't wanna be eating, I don't wanna be like, we can all bring our protein bars and we can share protein bars, and that's cool, but, like, I genuinely
Yeah.
don't like, it feels like an oxymoron to me to be like, "Let's let's eat."
Let's just sit around and eat. Yeah,
No,
or
because I'm
like,
going to
let's have a night where we all get together and we bring, like, a bariatric swap out. Or let's look at how we
clothes.
can yeah, let's look at how we can change our favorite recipe to a bariatric recipe and maybe, like, let's do one of those and share it with everybody.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's so many that we see where it's just everybody sitting around eating, and we're
No.
like, isn't that not the point of this?" Like, I
Yeah,
don't
isn't the point
I
that,
don't
like,
g I don't get it.
we're not supposed to wanna eat like that anymore, but I don't I think this is the hard side of bariatric surgery is that there's a lot of people who are like, "No, I had surgery so I can keep doing what I did, but I won't
Yeah,
be fat anymore." And it's like, "Oh, like,
I wish.
that's not gonna work, right?" Like,
No.
I'm really sorry to be the one that has to tell you that. It's not
No,
gonna
oh, I
work
wish
that
I could have
way.
bariatric surgery and then live off of ice cream, pizza, and nachos. Do you not think everybody would have this surgery if that was the case?
Yeah,
Like, let's be real.
if
Everybody would be
that's what
lining
life
up for
was
this
like,
surgery.
we'd all probably be like, "Dope. This is
Yeah,
cool." And it's
sign me
like,
up, let's go.
it sounds
I
cool,
wish.
but it's not. But I think, like,
I wish.
yeah, the bad habits creep in quicker than you think, everybody, and you're not a
Yeah.
failure. I'm going through it. My doctor and I've talked about, like, just keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
You're not in a bad place, but, like, You gotta
But I
start
think that's
watching some things, like, you could
that's
end up.
key, being aware.
Yep,
Being aware is the key thing, and not being in denial about it. Because like I said,
not in
shit
denial.
happens, right? Like, don't beat yourself up over about it. Shit happens, but it's being cautious and aware of it, and then, like you said, taking those steps to do something about it. Like, you're talking to your doctor about it. It's not at the point yet where it's panic mode or it has to be in,
Nope.
like, firefighting mode, but you're doing the right things to prevent that, and you're owning it, you're aware of it, you're having those conversations, and you're being upfront about it, and I think
Yeah,
that's the key. That's the key.
and I
In
think, like,
anything,
it's the key with anything. I think I just need to be more upfront with the other side of it too,
the
right?
people
Like,
are
being more
yeah,
upfront about, like, "Hey, guys, I
the people
genuinely
around
don't
you.
wanna go out. I don't wanna eat at a
Yeah,
restaurant." Or, like, I've said to a few people, "If we do go out, I wanna go to, like, a really, really nice restaurant so that at least I know I'm getting, like, very fresh,
quality.
healthy food."
Yeah,
Like, if we're going out, I don't wanna go to a shawarma place. I don't wanna go to, like, a takeout quick service restaurant. I don't wanna get a sub. Like,
yeah,
none of that stuff is ever gonna be good. You can look me in the eyes and be like, "We're just having, like, lettuce and meat kebabs and stuff." It's not good. I guarantee you if you look up the
yeah,
calories on these quick service restaurants, even if they're shawarma or Lebanese or it says that it's a healthy place like Freshie, like you're talking 9 to 1,000 calories, like 900 to
yeah.
1,000 for some of these. So if I go out to eat, I wanna go to like a very fancy high-end restaurant where they're gonna make like roasted salmon on
Mhm.
mashed white beans, like something where
Yeah.
I go, "Okay, I know that the sauce probably has some stuff in it I don't want, but overall I'm having like a side of beans with some
Quality.
roasted cod and, like bok choy, like stuff where I'm like, this would be worth eating out to have." I think that's the
Mhm.
other thing is like eating out should not be super prevalent. I don't re I still subscribe to it should not be something you're doing monthly. I just don't think you need to be at
Yeah.
restaurants that much because of the calories. If you can truly find like an amazing farm table, great restaurant where you know the calories are under 500 for your serving, awesome.
Yeah.
I would love to hear from you on where that is and how you manage to make that work. But restaurants cook everything in heavy oil and butter and seasoning and sauces, and that's what makes them
Yeah.
so fucking good. So
Yeah. That's why it's
I think I just
delicious.
need to speak up more about no, we don't need to go out to eat.
Yeah.
No, we don't need
But
to eat. Like, yeah,
yeah, it's like we've talked about with anything, right? It comes down to advocating for yourself and just being honest and saying, "Hey, it's not that I don't wanna hang out with you guys. It's not that I don't wanna spend time with you and see you, but this situation and this environment isn't good for me, and I
correct.
want to make sure that I'm doing something where I can enjoy myself, I can be comfortable and confident with the decisions I'm making, and I can
Yep.
also spend time with you. So let's
Yeah.
find something that works for everyone,
Yep.
or let's find a different activity, right? And it's just about speaking up for yourself, and whether that's with your doctor, whether that's with getting the surgery, whether that's with going to a mental health like it's anything, but it comes
Anything.
down to advocating for yourself when you know what you need to do to set yourself up for success.
Yep.
And just being
And
comfortable, which is it's hard to do. If you're not used to
it
it, it's
is.
hard to do.
And it's just being
Yeah.
honest too. Like, if you are struggling to follow the rules or stay on top of things, then your friend should understand when you say, "Listen, I
Yeah.
need to do this for
Like,
me. I need to
yeah.
not go out. I need to try to make sure that there's not a lot of food or snacks around because, I don't want to have
I
things
know
that I
that's a
can
trigger for me.
graze."
Yeah.
It's tough because, like, they'll eat, and then I'll feel like I need to eat, and I don't wanna be the one who's like, "Yum, let me pull out this protein bar," and it's like, I don't wanna be that weird person eating a protein bar, instead of having the
Yeah.
party mix or the cookies that are in front of me because, yeah, genuinely, that shit does taste good, but it's
Right.
not what I should be eating in that moment because grazing is a really bad thing for us, so that's
Yeah.
what makes it hard when you're having a party or you're with friends that are like, "Well, I just put stuff out on the table." Don't. I need pre-portioned or I need to have
Mhm.
a plate. Like, you need to put the food in the kitchen so that I have
Yeah.
to go make a plate, bring it to my seat, and sit down. But if it is
Yeah.
like on the couch beside me or right in the table in front of me, like that's not good either.
Yep.
But yes, I think just advocating more. I need to be more on top of eating. Like, I need to actually take breaks. I need to stop being embarrassed or not wanting to talk about it. I need to be
Mhm.
like, "Oh, it's time for me to go eat." I'm gonna go have lunch. I'm taking the time. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna eat. When I'm done, I'm
Yeah.
done because I can't keep doing this head down, work all the time, graze on whatever's around me.
Exactly. Yep.
It's
Nope.
just not gonna work. So
No. I
That's
totally
the new
agree.
challenge going forward, I think. Be more open about
What
be
you
more open
need.
about our eating, and that
Yeah,
we need to be eating, and then yeah,
yeah.
just I don't know,
Advocating
yeah,
for ourselves,
and
both with those
yeah.
around us and with, like, with ourselves too, and, like, admitting to ourselves that this is what I need to do and this is what I'm going to do.
And it's always gonna be easier in the summer than it is in the winter.
Yeah,
So,
the winter
all of this
sucks.
becomes the winter does suck. All of this
Winter sucks.
becomes so easy in the summer. Exercising, walking, like, you remember we told you guys last week that the new guidelines have changed to need to be doing 45 minutes a day of exercise. Now, not hardcore, but, like, all of this is easier in the summer. Fitting in 2 walks a day so that you get to 45 minutes, like,
Right.
actually exercising. It still kinda shocks me how many bariatric people I know that just don't exercise, and it's like, I
Mhm.
know you maybe don't want to, but, like, you signed up to do this, and part of doing this is exercising, um,
Yeah,
and exercising the way that they've told you, right? Like, a little bit of strength
yeah,
training per week and
yeah,
then some cardio. I'm doing yoga, but I do not count that towards bariatric surgery because they don't. They do not count that and, like, Pilates, which I know is a hot button issue because some people really feel Pilates is like a hardcore workout, and it is. Don't get me
yep,
wrong, that fucking core strength, not like that fucking fuck. But they want you doing cardio and light weights, and they tell you,
yep.
like, in order to be successful, you need to do this. But, like, yeah, I think it's one of those it's hard, and in the winter, everybody
Mhm.
fucks off, everybody falls off their training, their planning, and I get it, but the summer's almost here. When the weather starts getting warmer and the sun is out, you'll be shocked how easy it is for you to get back into these habits. You aren't, eating like you did in the
Yeah,
winter. It's a little easier to eat better, to, get out, get moving. Other people wanna be really active with you and moving with you, and so if you can start building that momentum now, no matter how far you've fallen off, or if you haven't started any of your exercise and you're, a new bariatric person or still in your first year, let the summer, like the spring and summer, be the thing that really kicks you into a good habit building. Because if you can start in March and you can commit and do this, then by the time November rolls around, it will be such a habit that the weather won't really matter. You'll find a way to walk
yeah,
or to keep eating well. Um,
yep,
so you can always start again.
agreed.
I
Yep,
love it.
agreed.
Well, like
Cool.
always, Steph, I really appreciate you joining me on this episode of Bariatric
You
Banter
betcha.
podcast. And we
You
love
betcha.
each and every one of you guys that are listeners. So thanks for listening along. Have a wonderful family day to all of our Canadian listeners.
Mhm.
It's family
Enjoy.
day this Monday. So enjoy, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
Love it. Bye.
Bye.